A Red Raider record setter. A Red Raider again.
You are Locked On Texas Tech, your daily podcast on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Great to be with you again on Locked On Texas Tech on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. This episode brought to you by FanDuel. Join all the action at FanDuel.com to play daily dingers and make your free pick on who's hitting a homer this MLB season. With the only Chris Level, I'm Casey Cowan. Chris, great to be back with you with a countrywide smile on my face because Red Raiders are celebrating it today. Donovan Atwell, a Red Raider again. So many moving parts, of course, that have led to this end, but I think most common sense minds were always figuring this is the only conclusion that did make sense. What a reunion. Now times two. We've had a D5 party. Make way for a Donovan Atwell celebration.
Yeah, and guys that are former players that never played with each other until now. That is it has been a wild offseason for so many reasons, especially in football. We are aware of that. But the basketball offseason has just been bizarre, and yet appears it worked out.
Amazing, awesome, incredible.
It appears that it worked out. Did you plan on it? Did you get lucky? Was it both? Doesn't matter. You are now loaded, and you've got maybe more depth than some over there maybe comfortable. It's just going to be interesting. But okay, so let's talk about what you've just added back here, because I think you've added a starter, and I guess it remains to be seen kind of how that is sorted through and everything. But this is a double-digit scorer that played 35, 36 minutes a game last year. Hardly ever came off the floor. That's why I'm saying, like, somebody on minutes is going to get squeezed. And again, but the program, the team, the ultimate goal may be far better off if you can work through these things. But this is I always love the fact that because we talk about his three-point prowess. I mean, what was he shot 45% a year ago? And it just felt like that for 2 months he never missed. I mean, just spots up in the corner, bang, bang.
Let me check my notes here. Most ever.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I think that it's lost on many. But I know that it's not lost on the head coach or that coaching staff over there how good he was as a defender. And so it's just the only knock on Donovan, and probably what was going to ultimately limit him at the next level, is he's not the biggest guy. He's not small, but like we're talking NBA size. Okay, that's different than college, but he plays bigger than he is. But the only issue you ever really had with him is his game was spotting up. It wasn't breaking somebody down off the dribble, getting into the paint and doing the thing, right? He's just like, hey, man, I'm over here. And he was over there a lot, and he poured them in at a high clip. So, yeah, this is a no-brainer if you could make it work. And, like, it needs to be pointed out, you are just extremely fortunate that you have people that care, that have the finances to make things like this happen. None of this kind of stuff is cheap. It just isn't. And it's easy for anybody to like go, how could you let him walk? Or what are we doing? But those are folks that aren't having to pay for it, and so we're all really good at spending other people's money. But again, you're just in a very fortunate spot. But this is like this news it'll rattle the cages a bit of the Big 12 conference, because for whatever reason, everybody's aware of Stillwell. Everybody's aware of D5. Atwell hasn't really been made aware, or like this news has just been kind of under the radar, and like he may be as good, if not a better addition than the other ones. But for what you had, the other two are maybe more important positionally. The way your current team had been laid out, what you had added in the portal back in April with Cruz Davis and Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn and Demarion Dennis. You got Dakari Spirit here. But just to got this guy dropped in your lap, because he's a phenomenal human, first of all. His dad watches us. His dad's like just great people. But to make this work financially, it wasn't going to be easy, but it appears that they have done that, and we're all going to be better for it. So get your
those two
now.
things are related. As you're referencing to Mr. Atwell, those two things are related. I think there is some correlation. Good people, Locked On Texas Tech audience members.
Yeah, there you go. But
yeah, and I think you're right. Like, I mean, this guy more recently was a better player for Texas Tech than anybody else they've added in this category. With all due respect to Darion Williams, had a really good year last time he was in Lubbock, but it was an interesting year for reasons we don't have to revisit. I've never seen Stillwell in a Texas Tech uniform. Donovan Atwell was defending and rewriting offensive record books last year. So, yeah, this is the guy who has not gotten as much attention for whatever reason nationally, but I'm as excited about or more excited about as any. I agree totally from the position angle. When you're talking about need, you feel differently about those other guys and the shoes that they could fill. But, yeah, Atwell, I can hear an argument that he's at the top of the list of most exciting additions of the three.
You know, the University of Indiana won the national championship last year in football, and they did so. Mendoza is an outlier, number one pick in the draft, Heisman Trophy, but they did so with a variety of players that weren't necessarily NFL guys, whether it be measurables or whatever, but they were really, really good college football players. And the NFL looks at it and goes, we love your heart. You've got a winning pedigree, but you just don't have this or that. So what you have been able to accumulate here, if you're Grant McCaslin, are guys like Stillwell, Williams, and Atwell that the NBA, for whatever reason, isn't ready to buy in on yet, whether it's measurables or position flex or skill set, whatever, it doesn't matter. But that shouldn't change anything from what they can do at this level in the Big 12 Conference. Because, folks, this league is again, I think there was a talent drain on the league in general a bit, but Arizona is loaded. Houston is loaded, and they've just added a major piece. BYU is loaded. Iowa State is loaded, but you now join the party, and so I'm ready for some re-ranking of what some preseason outlooks look like, and you've got the ace of spades in your back pocket, man, because not one program can go.
First, today's episode brought to you by Odoo. And running a business shouldn't feel like you're trying to connect a bunch of systems that were never designed to work with one another. One app for accounting, one for inventory, one for sales, and somehow none of them actually connect with one another. That's where Odoo comes in. Odoo is an all-in-one business management software that brings every part of your business together in one powerful platform. From sales and accounting to inventory and marketing, everything works in one place, helping your team move faster, stay organized, and focus on growing the business instead of managing the software. The best organizations know that success isn't just about talent, it's about having everyone working toward the same goal. And that's true in sports, just like it is in business. Great organizations win because operations matter. And that's why you should get Odoo. Try it for free today at odoo.com/lockedon. That's odoo.com/lockedon.
Not one program can go, JT Toppin or any kind of level of player is going to join the group at some point this year.
We got Ricky Vaughn coming out of the pen, baby.
That's what I'm saying.
Hadn't even pulled the closer yet. And I'm talking from the first major league, not the second one when he goes fancy pants. This is a roster unlike any other, Chris. This is only the tip of the iceberg to process this roster. We'll spend plenty more time on this. It's just going to be one for the record books. That's the most obvious statement of the day.
And I think you're still in a position to add another piece from Spain, a big one. It's not done yet, or we'd be talking about it. But I think you're in a position to do that. But what's fascinating to me, or what's going to be fascinating to me, is how Coach McCaslin and Coach Linder and everybody over there, how they sort through, like, because I think Cruz Davis is your point guard. I think now that you look at it, you've got Dakari Spear, Dre Gibbs Lawhorn, who were a month ago, these were starters at the 2 and the 3. DeMarion Dennis coming off the bench. And I don't know if I'm going to safely assume, but I'm going to assume that now Atwell and Darion Williams will start at the 2 and the 3 with Mosley and Stillwell at the 4 and the 5. Maybe I'm off there. Maybe they go, so it's squeezed some folks on some minutes. It's made you much deeper, much more versatile, all the things. And that's going to be, for Grant and those guys to sort through. But you're covered now by injury and depth, and you've got folks competing against each other that want to be here and all the stuff. We'll let those very smart guys over there that are really good at what they do kind of sort through all that. But I mean, I'm here for the added depth and the explosiveness, and it's just like, because this is so much different even than a year ago when you were really good, but boy, you couldn't suffer through any kind of tweak or injury, or it's like you're having to lean on the Leon Horners and the Nolan Groveses, and those guys stepped up. Now you've got like legit one of your high-profile recruits coming off the bench, a 20-point scorer potentially coming off of the bench from a year ago. I mean, you've entered into a different category, and I'm here for it.
Hope you can hear the smile. Hope you can hear the smile if you're listening in via podcast. Thank you for dialing us up, however you're making it happen. Chris, I appreciate the time to catch up on this, and just a moment of celebration. Plenty more still to come. Going to be enjoying this news for a while, and those Bayou Bengals, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, and still have got to live in Baton Rouge. It's all right. Put that $6 million or whatever you were throwing to all the off you can imagine. Deep woods even is what I would recommend. None of that powder dry stuff. I like to feel it, Chris. Thank you for your time, my man. And looking forward to more celebrations to come. So we'll see you for the next one.
Donnie from the corner, man, inject it right into my veins, man. That is one that is one fun piece to add to this mix, and maybe there's more. We shall see. But I know about this one. I know exactly what he can do, and everybody out there watching, listening, they know what he can do too. So just be thankful and let's enjoy it. And I was saying earlier, go buy tickets, but you can't because they're sold out.
I'm sure there are going to be a couple more interested minds trying to put a butt in a seat. And where there is a will, there can be a way. So people in the box office, I think, going to be very happy at this news as well. And can't wait to get to basketball season. Still August, right? Okay, I'm just checking the calendar here because I don't know that I've had as much round ball electricity flowing through my being in the month of August ever before. But I could get used to this kind of thing, by the way, if we wanted to jog something like this back another go round. But plenty to celebrate in the here and now. So appreciate the opportunity to do that with you and everybody for joining us for the ride out there. Get subscribed on YouTube or anywhere you get podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you're one of those who never misses an episode, thank you for being an everydayer, an all-the-timer, and always along for the ride. You are what the Everydayer Club is built for. So get your everyday Locked On Texas Tech fix ad-free, plus members-only network Discord access and more. It's linked in our show notes. And you can start a free trial today. Also linked in those show notes, a free 14-day trial. Try on the Matador Mob, your direct line to Chris and myself with one-on-one text sent straight to your phone. For those of you watching via video, we send you to the first ever 24/7 National Lockdown Podcast Network YouTube channel. If you're listening via podcast, make sure you make your second listen. Locked On College Football. For Chris, I'm Casey. Thanks as always for the time. We'll see you back for the next round on Locked On Texas Tech.